Okay. So chess number 24, you are today's host. So from here, you should take the things forward from here.
I don't think I'm familiar with all of the guys present here. So I would request chess number 17 to carry on as usual.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No. I don't like surprises. No,
Okay,
I am Bholeshwar. I am going to deliver.
Okay, so please repeat the topic and give me 3 minutes. I think the topic was that who commit more crime, the urban youth or the
When you know, then why are you asking
rural youth.
again? Do you want to confirm?
rural youth. I was trying to confirm.
If you know, then why are you asking again and again? Do you want to
I
waste
was
our
trying to
time?
confirm.
Do you think art? Okay. The topic is
No, I don't get ideas at that time. I get ideas when I have not enough time with me.
Bholeshwar. Listen,
That's when my
Bholeshwar.
mind works so much faster.
Gentlemen, I am giving you chess number 69. Okay, you are chess number 69. Do
Okay.
rural youth devote more crime than urban youth? Yes.
22.
Why are you targeting 24?
I
Chess
think
number
you
20.
have a mistake. I think you have made a mistake. You have targeted the wrong person.
What are you saying? Just make it very clear.
Oh, he is saying just you have to start delivering the lecturette first. Okay.
So I
I
have
have no
to host the
problem. I have
session.
no problem.
Who is going to host the session?
Oh my
22.
god.
Okay.
So now chess
It's
number 22
normal,
can
guys.
also.
Don't make an extra pressure on me. It's okay. I can. It's normal. It's a normal thing.
So please start. He's a
Okay,
bit
hello,
nervous.
gentlemen. So I hope. No. I was just a bit thirsty. So, hello, gentlemen. I hope you have prepared. I was thirsty, not lusty.
Wait for a second.
Don't interrupt in between. You will also host the session from tomorrow.
यहीं था हूँ.
You can also punish
बात कर रहा था उसमें मीटिंग में अभी ही था.
chess number 17.
Okay. So, gentlemen, I hope you have prepared with your topic. So, I think I have to start. So, hello, gentlemen. My name is Aman Pandey, and I am from Fatehpur district. Today, I am here to deliver a lecturette on the topic: Do rural youth devote more crimes than urban youth? So, first of all, I would like to tell you that why people do crime. According to a study, there are major 4 reasons why people commits crime. Number 1, anger. Number 2, revenge. Number 3, emotional issues. Number 4, financial issues. I would like to tell you that the youth living in the urban areas commits more crime than youth living in the rural areas. I have some valid reasons for that, which are as reason number 1, the simple life. The youth of the rural area lives a very simple life. For example, they don't have very much expensive things in their house, nearby their houses. So imagine if you are a thief, where will you get more benefit on a robbery? If you do robbery on the rural area, and if you do robbery on the rural area, where will you have more profit? So basically, you will definitely do the crime in the urban areas. That is the reason why the urban areas have more crime rates than rural areas. Coming to the point number 2 is culture. The rural areas people live a very cultured life. They follow strictly their culture. They are rigid to their culture. So if you when you read any culture of the world, you will get to see that there is no culture in the world which appreciates the crimes. So the one who follows strictly and rigidly their culture, there is less number of chances that he commits a crime. Reason number 3 is that a youth living in a rural area has a very much responsibility of their house for financially, and they have the responsibility of study as well. So there is a very less number of chance that he commits a crime. Later on, the youth living in the urban area is totally free. He has much freedom than the youth living in the rural area. The parents of the youth in the rural area spend time with him. Like they both are not working as like in urban areas, so they spend time with him. They give him the social and moral values, which decreases the crime rates in rural areas. Later on, I will say that population is also a population also plays a big role in the in crime rates, because as you can see, there are people who are poor living in rural areas. There are also people poor who live in urban areas, but there is more social injustice in urban areas than rural areas, which leads to social injustice, which leads to increase in crime rates. So this was my lecturate. I hope you have enjoyed it.
So I request chess number 17 to deliver his lecture. I am the brother of
Oh
host.
shit, I was also the host. Okay, now chess number 17.
Okay. Good evening, gentlemen. Today's my lecture topic is that who's committing more crime, either the rural youth or the urban youth. As earlier to me, chess number 22 has said very valid and rigid point, but at the same time, I contradict to him at some points. Let's start to the topic: who commit more crime. In my point of view, or in my perspective, I think that the rural youth commit more crime in respect to the urban youth. Now, the reason behind this is this. There are many reasons behind this, but I am not rigid upon this thing that they commit the crime. Actually, there are some problems that they commit crime due to this, and my lecture topic will be focusing on those problems. First of all, as he said about the financial problems, if you look toward the rural people, then the rural part of the India is very much poor. They come to the city life to earn money, and who come to the city life? Mainly the youth people, because they are the one who will sustain the family. So the young people come towards the urban areas, and it's not easy to get job or employment in the urban areas, as there are many sorts of corruption and scams going on there. So they also got involved into it. It's very much easy to get them involved because they are not that much aware about these things. At the same time, if you look at the rural areas, as he has said that they are cultured people, but at the same time, as he point out that their culture is very much rigid. Since their culture is very much rigid, and we every day hear into the news and newspaper that many sorts of riots and tribal fights or riots arises between the villagers in the rural areas, and hence in these fights many people got die or many other kind of things happen. Also, in many sorts of social problems arises between them in basis of caste, or many sorts of discrimination are also there in the rural areas, which also leads to many sorts of problems. So in my point of view, rural areas are producing more problems, as their lack of awareness and low financial condition, and also lack of quality education that need to be provided to them is lacking. Now what government is doing? Government is initiating many sorts of programs to do this. As you see, in the recent national education policy, they're also initiating to provide quality education to the young people from the rural background. I think the steps taken by the government are very much sufficient to make them aware and most importantly self-sufficient. If you will hear about, there are many yojanas and programs done by the government to make to boom up the small scale businesses. You know that in rural areas, small scale businesses are the like. So if we will boom them up and provide them loans that are provided by the government, it will make them self-sufficient. These are the things that will help them to make them self-reliable, and hence they will not lead towards the path of crime. As just number 22 was rightly said, and I agree with it, that a person enters into the path of crime when he faces this kind of problems in his life. But if he get the help from the government that he should help, he will not indulge in kind of things.
Okay, a very nice lecturate by Mr. Bholeshwar Saraswat. We all appreciate your points, but one thing I want to tell you that you took me wrong at some place. At one of my point, which is that I didn't say that they are rigid to their culture. There is rigid. I said that they are rigid. They rigidly follow their culture. I said this. I didn't say that their culture is rigid to them.
I think, gentlemen, that's the problem. They are following their culture very rigidly. Right? That's what I'm trying to say. Now they are following the culture very rigidly. So if there is a differences between the perspective of the cultures, hence the problem occur. So if one person believing in one thing, other person believing in another thing, they indulge in a fight.
One thing I will say that Bholeshwar, your speech, your lecturate was amazing. I can say I am so much applauded after listening to your lecturate. It was really amazing.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
What do you think, chess number 24? What do you think about Bholeshwar's lecturate?
Yeah,
what
I have no words. I have no words. It's just awesome.
ये तो सब ईश्वर की कृपा है.
No words to define it. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
Okay.
सर मत कहो यार.
But you
बुरा
are
लगता
totally
है.
white. Okay, so I will request chess number 17 to continue.
I'm going to prepare.
Will you speak again? Okay, just a second. Let me turn off one more light.
चमक तुम फिर भी
Okay.
उतने ही रहे हो.
Don't insult me. Please. This is not officer like quality. You
शशांक के घर की
cannot.
लाइट अच्छी नहीं है. शशांक देख रहा है यार मेरे घर में तो इतनी जल नहीं रही है. शशांक आपको चाहिए फिलिप्स एलईडी.
पेड प्रमोशन बंद करो. तुम अपना लेक्चरेट शुरू करो.
यार पेड प्रमोशन पोको X2 का होता था.
Oh,
So
sorry,
now
sorry.
you are great. Your lecturate was good, and now I request our host to please recite to the next question. That is,
Next question.
Yes.
No.
No.
It is not possible.
I'm going to give.
So I am requesting chess number 24 to deliver his lecturate. Later on, we will discuss the other things.
So I am also requesting one thing from you guys, that I have written 10. I have written 10 to 11 points from myself only, and I want to have a look on these points, and then I want to define that. So could you please allow me to do that? Yes.
Oh, what were you saying? I was
बात कहो
thinking
यार
something. I was totally thinking about Bhola's lecturate. I was shocked to just listen that. So what were you saying? Can you say it again?
So I have prepared 10 to 11 points with myself. So I want to have a look on these points, and then I will describe it one by one.
Okay, but you should not continue these things from tomorrow's session.
Yes.
This is
I will
the
try
last
my
time you
best.
are getting such a liability.
So hello gentlemen, this is Anand Pratap Singh, and I am here in front of you to deliver a lecturate on the topic that which class, or the rural or the urban class, devote towards the criminal activities in India. So according to me, I think the people who are from rural India, the youth who are from rural India are committed more towards crime, because somewhere they lack the education and they lack employment. So I think these two are the main and basic cause of the indulging of them into these types of activities. And
Gentlemen, you are
another thing
disturbing
is,
chess number 24 in his lecturate, like I have done in yours. So please don't do these kind of things. It disturbs the lecturate. Okay.
another thing is that they have their family and their society and their people who are close to them have more expectations to them, and they always have pressure that if they can't complete these desires of their family and close ones, so then what happens? So this is my second point. And on to third point, due to lack of education, they easily got the influence of all types of people present around them, because we have people surrounded in our the people from whom we are surrounded are of all the minds. They always give you different choices or different ideas that may be negative or positive, and sometimes or much more time, many times they are always said to be negative, because in rural areas I don't think people are so developed, highly developed, that they can guide someone to extend to their career. Okay, I'm not criticizing the rural people, but I'm just putting my point. And another aspect is that in most cases we have seen that the backward classes, generally in urban areas, generally in rural areas, are are more committed towards criminal activities, because somehow they are not competing with all classes, as government has also privilege given them 30% of reservation quotas वगैरह, and you know and sometimes they are also not chasing their goals, and they are not going towards in which they are good at. They are just they are just chasing something that someone has told him, or in which they don't have interest upon, but someone in past have done better in that field, so they are committed towards it. And at last I realized that urban and rural areas people are most influenced by the society, and the people around them also by the family. So this is another aspect. Money and education is another aspect, and these types of social and family background or problems are another levels. So it is the demand of the time that all the class of the people, where they are from rural India or they are from urban India, they have to up and fight for themselves. If they are not going to fight for them, they are going to do these types of activities, because India is a very diverse and country with a very huge population. So these types of problems, unemployment is going to be common, but the one who is going to do best in his field, so that one will succeed, and the other will indulge in these types of activities. So the only key to success, or the only key to come out of these types of ways, these types of bad evil ways, you have to do hard work and give it your best at what which you are good at. Thank you, Jay.
Jai Hind, gentlemen. I respect and appreciate your points. Bholeshwar,
Actually,
can you
these
please
all
turn
are-
on your mic?
Hello.
Okay.
Yes,
Wait
you
a
are
minute.
audible.
Yes, just number 24. What were you saying?
Actually, all these points are self-made. I hadn't searched in anywhere on Google or YouTube. I had taken half an hour to prepare these types of after thinking, I write in the copy and
Okay,
I
nice.
deliver it to you.
Nice, gentlemen. Oh, so, gentlemen, Bholeshwar Saraswat, just number 69. First of all, I am asking to you, how did you deliver these such an awesome lecturette? I want to know that how can you speak with such a fluency, with so many information and data? Like, you have not prepared the lecturette before like 2 hours, which yes.
He
give us
has
that
also
strategy we
matlab,
want.
those English words
Yes, speak.
which मतलब उसके पास ऐसे वर्ड्स नहीं जिनको हम बोलने से डरते हैं. मतलब काफी बढ़िया से वर्ड्स थे. कनेक्शन बढ़िया था.
First of all,
Your points were so clear. You are making a very good impression, and it was just flawless and very much, we can say, excellent. It was another level. Yes.
Thank you,
So, can you
gentlemen.
please-
It's my pleasure. First of all,
Okay. Okay, now,
no,
gentlemen,
let me complete my point, gentlemen.
Okay.
First I would like to talk
Okay.
about fluency. So about fluency, I would say I watch a lot of English movies. So that has given me the rhythm and fluency, or I should say the good command and comfortability with the language. And the next thing about the
Okay.
information, I would say I watch some YouTube channels which provide me good amount and logical amount of points to speak on the topics. So if we hear to those
Can-
YouTube channels, then I will name first of all is Beyond.
you can message us on Telegram group. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then is Al Jazeera and
Al Jazeera
Drishti
I
IAS.
have-
Drishti
Oh.
IAS.
That is the channel which I have also subscribed.
Yeah, Drishti IAS English I used to watch, and sometimes
Okay.
these three are there major.
Okay. So, what will you say that what is the correct process? What is the right process to do to reach such a level like at yours? Yes.
See,
Can you tell us
if
the
you are
correct approach?
giving, if you first of all, if you link this topic, then it's a kind of a problem. Who commit more crime? So first of all, you need to whatever your perspective is, whether you're urban or rural, whatever your perspective, you need to see why they're committing crime. First of all, let's say
Okay.
Okay. See, so if you say, suppose you gave your point as urban youth are committing more crime, right? You say.
Okay.
So you must specify it why they're committing more crimes. You specified it. It's completely right. And then give a logical approach towards it. And in the conclusion, in the last part, or I should say the major part, out of 3 minutes, around 1 minute should be 1 minute to 1 minute 30 seconds. यानी ये 1.5 से 1 minute is around should be the conclusion, or like in this part, in this case it should be how to solve that problem. If you are giving a lecture on a kind of problem, for example you are giving a lecture on population, so nowadays population is a problem. It can be a boon also, but it's a problem too. So you must say, conclude it very properly कि भाई population हमारे लिए फायदेमंद कैसे हो सकती है, नुकसानदायक है तो कैसे है, उसको कैसे सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, मतलब जो नुकसान हो रहे हैं हमें पॉपुलेशन को सॉल्व.
I was shocked to see his fluency, the data he was giving, the information he was inculcating. I was just shocked how fast and how correct and how impactful lecturate was it. I'm just amazed to see it.
Delivering.
It just broke my whole confidence. Yes, that will make us you can say हमें मजबूर करेगा, हमें कंपल्शन लाएगा हमारे लिए अपना बेस्ट देने.
हाँ कि अच्छा बेस्ट करो ये.
Like it was feeling like a loser after listening to his lecture. It was like I am loser.
But bro, we have liberty. We have 7 months before exam and after SSB, so we can prepare.
It was the best lecture I have seen since I was aware of these kind of things.
Actually, I haven't signed up, so they just ended the meeting that it's a free meeting. Then I have to sign it up.
It was 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, the Zoom meeting will be over.
I was saying about the conclusion part. So you should focus more on conclusion, like the solution that you are trying to give on the problem. And if it's not a problem, say like my lecture topic in SSB was that I speak on was Startup India. So you must be clear with the facts. I had prepared it earlier, so I speak it very firmly with the facts that I have it crammed up. So I just pour it out. So there are some lecture topics which are quite popular, like some government schemes are there and some other lecture topics are there. You should clear it down, cram them up with the facts, like international relationships, right? BrahMos missile, international relationship, and there are many other lecture topics on the internet. You should cram them up. And some problems, they are related to GD, like this can also be asked in GD with giving 3 subleads. So in that you must be having the logical points with that. That's the most important part. So information, I would say listening to these YouTube channels, and English, I would say watching English movies.
Okay, thank you for your opinion, gentlemen. One last thing I want to ask you is that how do you remember all the information and all the data at the time you are giving the lecture? Because the pressure is there, you have to make the eye contact with everyone. How can you deal with that? How do you deal with that?
It's a
yes, it is not affecting
that's
your
the
memory.
magic. That's the magic, boy. It's not like that. I forget a lot of things, but I cram them again and again. If I have to remember one thing, I just have to read it so many times. But in it's not like this. If you will listen to a topic 2 times and then speak around 2 to 3 times in front of mirror, the same thing you speak around 2 to 3 times in front of mirror by standing as the same way you are going to stand in the SSB, by putting your hands behind your back with the proper body language, then you will just cram it up completely.
Tell what things we have to inculcate in our lecturate, what the good things we have, but what the cons of are. You can just inform us and we will improve from the next session.
I would say the best part in the lecturate is that you speak more on realistic points. Let's suppose you are speaking on success, so don't just speak on quotes कि इधर से वो quote उठा के बोल दिया, फिर इधर से बोल दिया. Speak in realistic term. But you are talking about success, right? You can talk about APJ Abdul Kalam. You can talk about some Indian scientists that no one talks about, like J.J. Bhabha. He was a scientist. You can talk about him.
Yes.
And you are a student. For you, success means that you study very effectively. So you can give example. Every year we hear a lot of IAS, lot of people who become IAS coming from a very poor background, by facing a lot of struggle. You can give their example. and and also you can give example of other like like if, as I say, study is very much important to us, so you can say how study is important, how we can increase our productivity in studies. So these things, so that you are realistic with your approach, and that's the main thing. But if you go on like fantasy fanatical things कि भाई इधर से वो quote बोल दिया, इधर से वो this all this, you are not there to motivate them. So that's the main thing. Be realistic and speak realistic point. I would say logical. That's the first thing. I'm not saying you need to calculate. I would say you need to check yourself on your own, that have I speak them or not. That's the main thing.
Nice, amazing.
Oh,
Okay.
they ask me the same question in interview, and in the weakness I say, sir, my weakness is that I get obsessed with things a lot. So he asked me the example. I say, sir, I get so much obsessed with football. तो वो समझ गया था, क्योंकि उसने आधा घंटा मेरी इस पे ली थी कि पढ़ाई इतना कम नंबर क्यों आए थे 12, 1 घंटा 10 मिनट के इंटरव्यू में आधा घंटा तुमने मेरी इस पे ली थी कि 12th में कम नंबर क्यों आए थे, सर फुटबॉल खेल रहा था। तो वो समझ गया था। स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट है मैंने बताया, सर मैं फ्रेंडली हूँ, बस उसके अलावा मेरे दिमाग में और कोई स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट आया नहीं था।
अबे हम्बल
तो
बोल देते, तुमसे हम्बल इंसान मैंने देखा नहीं है।
I get it. Yeah, they see first thing is become quite, to all of you should work quite a little bit on your language too at the same time. It's not that like that your language is bad. I think the point is about confidence. It's not about language, I would say more particularly. It's about confidence. Be quite more confident. And अगर कुछ याद भी नहीं आ रहा है, अटक रहे हो, but your confidence should always be there, because it will help you in narration too. Because what happens in screening, sometimes you forget what you are trying to say. भाई स्क्रीनिंग में सीधे से होता है, जब when your turns come up in screening part and you have to narrate your story, you get so much frustrated and so much stressed up, so you think that I will not be able to do it, but then you have to fake confidence and think and tell yourself inside that no, I will speak. So that's the main thing. Be confident from inside. If you are even if you are having fear, you will get fear. Let me clarify this very firmly, because in screening part, when you will narrate the story, you will get fear. When only 2 persons are left and now it's your turn, you will be like, I will not be able to speak. Then you have to say to yourself that no, I will speak. So that's how it's going to be. So it's a thing, confidence. You have to fake confidence no matter what. So that's I think the most important thing. That's my point. साफ साफ उन तो वहाँ जब स्क्रीनिंग के टाइम पे नरेशन की बारी आएगी, भाई फट जाती है, हाथ में आ जाती है, नहीं बोला जाता। इस सामने ऐसे सर बैठे होते हैं, और तुमसे पहले अगर कोई अच्छा बोल चुका, और बोलते हैं बच्चे बहुत सारी चीजें बोलते हैं, खतरनाक बोलते हैं एकदम, तो और हो जाता है। बट स्टिल यू हैव टू हैव इट द कॉन्फिडेंस. दैट्स द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग. Have it in yourself. Whatever you're saying, say it confidently. And before lecture, prepare 2 to 3 points which you are going to speak upon. Like I speak on mostly my points are maximum 3 or 4. That's it. So I just elaborate them. That's the most important thing. If you have more points, you should speak. You should speak. It's the best part.
Actually, I will say I was very much confident before your lecturette.
No, that's what I said. That's what I said. When you will see, when you will sit there in the screening and try to narrate your story, there are many children who will speak it before you, and their narration will be very much smooth. They will not even stop for a single millisecond. They will start, they will end up very smoothly. They will speak with a good amount of pause, with a good amount of voice. Everything will be perfect, inch to inch perfect, and you will feel like, oh my god, what he has said. And his story will be also very much good. But you should not lose your confidence. That's the thing. One thing, you should write it on paper.
Which you just said, I was actually feeling all those things which you just mentioned.
Yes. One thing I would say, it's the one thing that you should write it on paper, that when your turn will come in the time of narration in the screening part, you will get like, when when 2 people are left, and after 2 people it will be your turn, then you will be like musse nahi hoga. So it will happen no matter what. That's the thing, gentlemen.
So wait a second, this shows my lack of confidence. Okay, so turn on your mic, chess number 24. Just tell me about my pros and cons, Bholeshwar did. You are looking good, Bholeshwar. You are looking like a gentleman. Okay, so now coming to the point, chess number 24. You just have to tell me the pros and cons of my lecturette, and I will write it down, and I will improve them from the very next lecturate session.
As Bholeshwar has, already mentioned that, lack of confidence and speaking English and selection of words. These three things are, I think, common in both three of us, and we need to improve. And we need to improve them. So I don't think anything else, because your
Please
material
repeat
was
your
also
third point
good.
again. Please repeat your third point again.
What was the third point?
You said lack of confidence, basic English mistakes, and what was the third point?
No.
Usage of words. Usage of words.
Yeah, selection
Yes,
of words.
yes.
Selection of words.
Selection of words.
Yeah, that came in English.
This is how
Spoken
this is
English.
how your memory should be. Look how Bholeshwar remembers the things. Okay, so now test number 17. What will you say? Like Bholeshwar, no?
But it was shaky.
But a bit shaky.
It was shaky.
But it was shaky.
Yeah.
Are you noticing the body here?
Yes. Why?
Lionel Messi,
That's
shouldn't we?
not. I don't think
Shouldn't
we
we?
should note body here. I think we should note here the the language and the information. That's the most important thing, I
Okay.
suppose. Body. Well, see, I tell you, there you will be standing and giving a lecture. The students who are sitting in
Okay.
front of you, the semicircle, will be very much near to you, very near to you, and duty will also
Okay.
be very near to you. It's not a great amount of
Okay.
distance, very low distance. Yes, body language is important, but it will not be that much issue, as you will get very much near to them.
Okay, I got you. But in PPDT, it will be not beneficial to us if we make so much body movements and we are showing so much gestures.
In
Right?
PPDT, you will be sitting. You will be sitting on a chair.
No, in
Yes, I am
lecture it is
sitting on
trying
the
to
chair
say.
and I am already sitting on the chair and my body is shaky. That is what his point is.
So no one is
See,
going
I
to
tell
take.
you, one person got screened in, and he was sitting in a very, very bad posture, very, very bad posture. He got screened in,
Oh.
and chest number, and there was a one person whose chest number was 16, and mine was 17. He was sitting in a very good posture. His narration was very good. His story was very good. He still got screened out. And the person whose story was bad, his posture was bad, his group dynamics was very, very bad. He got screened in.
If we ask you, what should we inculcate the most in our personality to
See,
clear the SSB?
first
What will you
thing-
say?
I'd say first thing is this, that in screening part is mainly, it's also about luck. But you
Luck,
need
okay.
to know one thing. In the screening, they are वो छट नहीं कर रहे हैं. It's not
Yes.
selection. वो छट नहीं कर रहे हैं. So तुम्हें गलती नहीं करनी है अपनी तरफ से. Right?
Yes.
OMR is in your hands, narration is in your hands. As I say, narration, so you have to fake confidence. In group discussion, just focus more and more to go with the group story, not with your own story. ग्रुप में तुम कितने
Yes.
लॉजिकल पॉइंट देते हो जिससे ग्रुप आगे बढ़े, दैट्स द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट. उस पे ही फोकस करना है. आई थिंक दैट्स द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
gentlemen,
Shashank, you continue. Sorry
for
to
this
interrupt.
precious
Shashank, continue.
information. He said just he said the similar point as yours. He was just saying that. I will just say Bholeshwar Saraswat has fucked up my lecturate session. He in his whole lecturate session, he was targeting targeting my points.
I think that was my con. That was my first drawback. Second drawback was
No,
I
no.
stammer a lot in between. Second
No,
point was
I
this.
think it was your pro. It was not your con. You listened
No,
to
it
my
was my
point
con.
and you remembered them very easily and very much efficiently. That is your
Thank
con.
you,
Sorry,
gentlemen.
that is your pro, not your con. Yes. Now we haven't did it, but I will say you should start by telling test number 24. It's his pros and cons. So you may continue. Everyone is just saying Bholeshwar, and Bholeshwar. Like quotes and
Quotes.
like shy.
No, you should. No, my main point was कि हवाई बातें नहीं करनी है सिर्फ. लॉजिकल बात करनी है कि लगे हाँ बंदे ने इस चीज पे थोड़ी मेहनत करी है सोचने में और बोलने में.
Yes, speak about the
इंफॉर्मेशन
ground
में दम है.
reality.
इंफॉर्मेशन में दम है. ऐसा नहीं है कि है ना, ऐसा नहीं है कि बस जोश आ रहा है, काम की कुछ बात नहीं करी. आई थिंक दैट शुड बी देयर. गुड लॉजिक है.
Okay.
Could you please elaborate one or two points where I have, said, as you mentioned, I have mentioned those.
No, I'm not targeting you. I'm not saying about you.
No, no,
I'm
no, no,
saying in
no.
general.
Bholeshwar is
I'm not
targeting
asking
me.
to
Don't
you.
think about yourself.
I'm asking to chess number 17.
Oh, sorry.
सच में.
No, it's good.
Okay.
At last you must give प्रवचन क्योंकि तुम
I have
अच्छी
just,
बातें कहोगे ना लास्ट में तो.
concluded.
हाँ, लास्ट में अच्छी बातें कहो.
My last words are that, the youth, even he is the urban one or the rural one, he has to walk on the मतलब उसके समय की मांग पर चलना पड़ेगा, ठीक है. ये कहने का मतलब था मेरा. तो मतलब he has to adopt to the demand of time. And what's next? And he has to
next.
came out of from his own world, मतलब उनकी एक खुद की दुनिया होती है, क्योंकि मतलब रूरल का ज्यादा डेवलपमेंट होता नहीं है. वो एक बहुत लिमिटेड एरिया के एक्सटेंट पे रहते हैं. उन्हें बाहर जाना चाहिए, लोगों को जानना चाहिए, उधर जाके मतलब कम्पीट करना चाहिए उनसे. मैंने बोला यही था, बोलने की कोशिश मेरी यही थी.
Okay, now I will tell you your mistakes. First of all, I think that the common mistakes which we all three have is basic English and lack of confidence. And your points were not justifying with the topic, today's topic.
Yeah.
I thought so. No, I am telling about chess number 24.
Oh, okay.
That his points were not justifying with doing justice with today's topic. It was not impactful lecturate like as Bholeshwar. Like I am not comparing it, so don't take me in wrong way. But it was not so much impactful. It was like it was just going. You are just saying things and it was going. Like you understood me, okay? You maintained a good eye contact. It was a good thing of yours. Yes. So now it's your turn. Chess number 17. So chess number 24. You may. Yes, I am saying that to chess number 24. Okay, so you may tell his pros and cons. Later on, I will continue.
Oh, Bholeshwar or I?
You chess number 24. I said chess number 24.
Okay. So as I already mentioned in the last lecture, he goes too deep. Such as today in the topic of rural India. In the topic of rural India, he takes too much time, I think.
I also felt the same.
And everything was common, just basic English and lack of confidence. We need to improve on it. So that's
yes. Your confidence, I think, were very low today as compared to the previous sessions. We were just saying rural to rural. That is why I was laughing at the start of the session. And what did you just said was there is lack of unemployment in the country. Lack of unemployment. Where there is lack of unemployment, there is unemployment everywhere. So these kind of mistakes.
I think his setup was changed.
Less confident. Yeah,
that's why the reason he has faced these types of problems.
Yes. And other thing is lack of confidence is also the reason of these kind of things, because in your mind. Yes, in your mind you were clear, but you are not able to deliver it. I felt in your lecturate. And your fluency was not also good. Your fluency
too good
was
as compared to
lecturate. Don't compare to
as
Bholeshwar.
Compared to his last two lecturates.
Previous,
I am not comparing him.
Yes.
He was
at the god level right now.
Three of us. Yeah.
Bholeshwar is at the god level right now.
He has office mic.
I think what I need to say.
Any message or any kind of information, necessary information, anything which you want to tell us.
You could also give us grading according to our lecture.
No, that's not a need. I have shared whatever I think. I think was necessary, and if I will find out that this was the thing I need to tell, I will tell.
So, Bola, you are coming tomorrow or not?
Yes, I'll be coming.
Yes,
yeah.
It's around 11. Yeah, it's 11:10 now. One thing I will say to... Yes, okay, continue. So, at the end, I want to say have all of you listened to a funny meme song which is like Bhola tum kale kale ho?
No, please send it in the group. I will have a look on it.
Okay. तो जब भी मैं वो सुनता हूँ तो मुझे भुवनेश्वर सरस्वती याद आते हैं.
अबे अमन तुम्हारा फोन काहे नहीं लगता है बे?
भाई मेरा नंबर चेंज हो गया है.
नंबर तुम बताए नहीं कभी.
मैं तुम्हें ग्रुप में मैसेज करता हूँ भाई.
नहीं मैसेज मत करो, इसी पे वो कर दो मन, स्क्रीन पे प्रेजेंट कर दो ना. जितने यूट्यूब पे देखेंगे कॉल करेंगे तुम्हें. आई थिंक टेलीग्राम में नंबर व्यू नहीं होता शायद टेलीग्राम में शायद.
अरे मैं भेज दूंगा. आई विल गिव यू. ओके जेंटलमैन, जय हिंद. इट वाज अ वेरी नाइस सेशन. ओके
जय हिंद.